The third law, conceal your intentions, is a foundational strategy in the dynamics of power. It operates on a simple but profound truth: people are naturally defensive and manipulative when they see your end goal. By revealing your desires, you hand them a map to your motivations, allowing them to obstruct, interfere, or take countermeasures. The core principle is to cultivate opacity. You must become a closed book, training yourself to never reveal the true purpose behind your actions. This involves separating your inner thoughts and ultimate aims from your outward appearance and immediate action. Speak and act in a way that directs attention away from your true agenda, creating a smokescreen of plausible motives. The power lies not in what you do, but in what others think you are doing. When your intentions are invisible, you move through the world without triggering alarms, and your eventual strikes, when they come, are decisive and unexpected. A critical barrier to wielding this law is a deep-seated psychological need, the compulsion to be open and honest. We often feel an internal pressure to show our cards, to explain ourselves, to seek validation for our plans by sharing them. This urge comes from a desire for connection, reassurance, or simply the inability to bear the weight of a secret alone. In the realm of power, this vulnerability is catastrophic. When you confide your true intentions, you create a point of weakness. The confidant, whether intentionally or through carelessness, can become a leak. Furthermore, revealing your plans often provokes envy, resentment, or fear in others, turning them into immediate adversaries. Your brilliant idea becomes a target. By voicing your goal, you also satisfy a psychological need prematurely, draining the energy and focus required to actually achieve it. The act of telling becomes a substitute for doing. To effectively conceal your intentions, you cannot simply be silent or mysterious. That in itself raises suspicion. The master strategist employs a more active technique, the strategic use of false sincerity and noble alibis. This involves crafting a believable, alternative motive for your actions, one that appears more noble, simpler, or more aligned with others' interests. If you aim to take a rival's position, first become their most vocal supporter. If you plan to enter a new market, publicly express deep concern for its challenges. The noble alibi is crucial. Frame your maneuvering as being for the good of the team, the company, or a higher cause. This red herring occupies the minds of observers, giving them a satisfying explanation for your behavior so they look no further. Your true motive remains hidden behind a facade of altruism or mundane purpose. Misdirection through emotion and action ***. Beyond false motives, you must master the art of the smoke screen, deliberate actions or emotional displays designed to misdirect attention. Create a decoy project that consumes visible energy, leading others to believe it is your primary focus. Feign a sudden interest in a hobby or a minor problem, allowing your real work to proceed unseen. Emotional smoke screens are equally powerful. Pretend to be angry about a trivial slight to conceal your strategic calm about a major threat, or display public confusion to hide your sharp, private understanding. The goal is to control the narrative of your character and activities. By presenting a compelling but false front, you manipulate what others perceive, ensuring they are busy analyzing the charade while your true intentions advance undisturbed in the shadows. Perhaps the most iconic historical parable for this law is the Trojan Horse. The Greeks, unable to breach the walls of Troy after a decade of siege, concealed their true intention, invasion and conquest, behind a masterpiece of misdirection. Their visible action was withdrawal. They sailed away, leaving a giant wooden horse as an apparent offering or tribute. The Trojans, interpreting this action through the noble alibi of surrender and religious offering, brought the horse inside their impregnable walls. The Greeks' hidden intention, of course, was housed within the horse itself. By presenting a false end, defeat and departure, and a plausible, symbolic motive, a gift to the gods, they completely concealed their lethal objective. The result was not a battle but a slaughter from within. The story teaches that the most effective concealment often involves presenting your opponent with a narrative they are already predisposed to believe. Concealing intentions is not a momentary trick, it is a sustained campaign that requires immense patience. Sudden, sharp moves reveal purpose and trigger defense. Instead, you must move toward your goal with glacial slowness and indirect steps. Approach your target from an angle, feinting toward other objectives first. If you want a promotion, do not lobby for it directly. First, excel in a tangential area, build alliances with unexpected departments, or solve a problem unrelated to the desired role. Each step should seem like a natural, isolated event, not a plotted course. This gradual, circumspect approach gathers no momentum that others can sense. By the time anyone perceives a pattern, you are already in position, and your final move will seem like an inevitable outcome rather than a calculated grab for power. This law demands a personal transformation. You must cultivate an inscrutable persona. This means training yourself to control every revealing tick, the eager glance, the anxious smile, the defensive tone. Practice maintaining calm and consistent demeanor regardless of the internal stakes. Use language that is pleasant but non-committal. Become known as someone who is agreeable, perhaps a bit quiet, but impossible to read deeply. This persona serves as permanent armor. When people cannot easily discern your likes, dislikes, or passions, they cannot predict your moves or manipulate you through your emotions. Your inscrutability becomes a source of power and unease for others. They project their own assumptions onto your blank slate, often to their own detriment. The greatest threat to concealed intentions is your own reactive emotion. Anger, pride, lust, and excitement are leaks in your dam of secrecy. When you react emotionally to an event or a provocation, you broadcast your values, your triggers, and your vulnerabilities. An opponent who can make you angry has found a lever to control you. Pride will force you to reveal your hand to prove a point. Excitement will cause you to share premature news. To master this law, you must master your emotional responses. See emotional reactions as a luxury you cannot afford in strategic moments. Train yourself to pause, to swallow the initial response, and to counter with a manufactured emotion that serves your hidden purpose. Appear calm when you are furious, and mildly interested when you are thrilled. A key tactical application of this law is to reverse the dynamic. While you remain closed, you work to draw others out. Encourage people to talk about themselves, their plans, their hopes, and their grievances. Ask open-ended questions and practice deep listening. The more others reveal, the more you understand their intentions, weaknesses, and desires. This information asymmetry is a tremendous advantage. They, feeling understood or vented, become more transparent and predictable. You, having revealed nothing, become more mysterious and potent. This process allows you to tailor your hidden strategies precisely to their vulnerabilities, all while they believe they are engaging with a sympathetic and open confidant. The purpose of concealing your intentions is not to hide them forever, but to reveal them at the moment of maximum impact and minimum resistance, the grand revelation. This is the theatrical, often shocking, disclosure of your true purpose at the precise moment it is too late for others to counter it. It is the chess player announcing, checkmate, after a long, quiet series of moves. The power of this revelation comes from the dramatic shift in understanding it creates. The audience, your rivals, colleagues, or the public, experiences a sudden, sobering recalibration of reality. They see the hidden pattern all at once and recognize your foresight and control. This moment cements your power, creates awe, and discourages future opposition, as you are now seen as someone whose plans run deep and unseen. Otto von Bismarck provides a masterful historical case study. His ultimate intention was the unification of the German states under Prussian dominance. Yet, he consistently concealed this behind a series of shifting, plausible alibis. To liberals, he posed as a pragmatic reformer. To conservatives, a defender of monarchy. He provoked wars with Denmark and Austria not by declaring a grand nationalist aim, but by manipulating diplomatic disputes over obscure territories. Each war was framed as a limited conflict for specific rights. Only after these victories, which strategically excluded Austria from German affairs, did his larger intention become clear. He used the patriotic fervor from these wars, which he had seemingly stumbled into, as the fuel to create the German Empire. His true goal was only fully revealed at its moment of irreversible achievement. In business, this law is paramount. Never reveal your bottom line, your maximum budget, or your strategic desperation in a negotiation. Instead, craft a false walking away point. Conceal your desire for a particular partnership by feigning stronger interest in a competitor. In corporate strategy, keep new product developments or market exits secret until launch day to prevent competitors from mobilizing. When managing teams, a leader might conceal a coming reorganization by publicly emphasizing stability and minor tweaks, preventing panic and preemptive resistance. The executive who quietly researches a field before acquiring a company in it is applying this law. The intention to buy is concealed behind the guise of general market analysis. The law applies powerfully in social and personal life. Do not reveal romantic interest too early. Let it be inferred from actions, not declarations, to avoid giving the other person all the power. In a conflict, conceal your degree of upset to prevent the antagonist from gauging their effectiveness. When seeking advice, often better to pose a hypothetical scenario than to reveal your actual dilemma, ensuring the counsel you receive is unbiased by others' knowledge of your stake. Even in friendship, maintaining a degree of personal mystery can prevent overfamiliarity and preserve respect. The core idea is to manage the perceptions of those around you to maintain autonomy and influence. It is crucial to confront the ethical boundary of this law. While a strategic tool in competitive environments, habitual deceit in personal relationships is corrosive and ultimately isolating. The modern world also increasingly values transparency, making outright deception riskier. The savvy modern application is less about malicious deceit and more about strategic discretion and controlled communication. It is the choice to not volunteer information that can be used against you, to sequence your revelations for effect, and to avoid the naivety of total emotional disclosure in professional settings. The law warns against vulnerability, not against integrity in chosen commitments. To synthesize, Law 3 teaches that power is a game of appearances. Your greatest shield is the opacity between your true thoughts and your visible actions. Master this through patience, emotional control, the crafting of noble alibis, and the deliberate use of misdirection. Use the technique of drawing others out to turn their transparency into your weapon. However, the final warning is severe. This law is double-edged. If discovered in your deceptions, you will be branded a manipulator and face severe backlash. The concealment must be flawless. Furthermore, living behind a mask can distance you from genuine connection. Therefore, wield this law not as a blanket philosophy for life, but as a precise instrument for specific, high-stakes situations where power is genuinely at play. Your ultimate power may lie in knowing when to conceal, and when you have built the security to finally be seen.